From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big night as we go into an evening as $1,400 third stimulus checks for Wave 4 will be going out tomorrow. I have all the details across the board. This is your $1,400 third stimulus check if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits. And what will happen to the IRS tool this Saturday? I have all those details as well. A new wave is coming, and I don't just mean surfing. Meantime, first-time jobless claim numbers are in Thursday morning, and the number rose. What does this mean for future stimulus? I have all those details as well. Elsewhere, new concerns as the 10-year Treasury fell on Thursday, but remained relatively high at 1.7%. What does the 10-year Treasury note mean for the Federal Reserve and for the White House? I have all those details as well. Meantime, series of major developing news as job growth remains relatively flat, but GDP growth was good first quarter, reported this morning. And now there's a signal that GDP growth for second quarter could be one of the highest ever. In this video, you'll see new videos from several people you never seen before. First, you'll see a new video from Dr. Fauci talking about resurgence of the virus. You'll see a new video from Chuck Schumer as he speaks with Elizabeth Warren about pushing for certain things in the fourth stimulus package. And you'll see more about the president's debut of the fourth stimulus package bill from yesterday in a new video today. Whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast, whether you're Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, or Wave 5, I will ensure that you get every penny, and we're going to do that right now as Evenings LA gets underway this night, starting right now. Big evening it is as we go into Evenings LALATE. A lot of exciting details across the board as $1,400 third stimulus checks for a new wave will be hitting tomorrow. I'll have all those details as well. Meantime, fourth stimulus is heating up. Also, incredible great news about where this economy is going. I'll have all those details as well. And it's a big night with a lot of details. Let's get to it right now. How are you? Good evening. And how's your day going? Hope you had a wonderful day. Almost make it to the weekend. We're almost there. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss a single video across the board. And boy, there's a lot happening today and a lot more tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day, especially for third stimulus. So give a birthday subscribe. It's birthday week on this channel. And guess what? It's also birthday month, as this channel turns 1 year old on April 25th. Let's see if we get this channel to 400,000 subscribers. We're very close. Let's do it. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your pet llama, and everyone else to subscribe. Also, I'm in the live chat. Say hi. How are you? Hey, how are you? Love to say hello back to you. If you've not liked this video, also like the video. It really helps in the algorithm. Every like you give really helps. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member because, boy, there's a lot of breaking developments. First, let me cut to one of the major news details that hit late yesterday. I don't want you to miss it. Treasury issued a major announcement that said that if you filed your 2020 tax return and did pay taxes on that first $10,000 to $200 of your unemployment benefits from 2020, don't worry. They are issuing refunds automatically. This is incredible great news. Those refunds will be coming starting the month of May. Now, if you have not yet filed your tax return and you do think there's an issue about that first $10,200 of unemployment from last year, stay with me over the next few days because Treasury is set to announce that announcement as well. All right, let's cut back now to the breaking developing news for purposes of waves. And I don't mean wavy potato chips, or waves at a baseball game, or waves in the water. What I mean is tomorrow. Why is tomorrow so important? Because tomorrow's Friday. And tomorrow, another wave gets sent out. This is the cycle of how Treasury sends out your stimulus checks. Every Friday, they send out a new wave. So next wave will be tomorrow. Then the day after that, Saturday, they update the IRS.GOV tool to now include people who are included in the wave that was sent out the night before. Then that tool will update itself to reflect who is getting a direct deposit this coming Wednesday, and then who is getting in the mail next Thursday and Friday. All very simple. Starts on Friday, updates the tool the next morning, and then the deposits hit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the mail is Thursday and Friday. What's important to know is which banks pay funds early and which pay bank funds later. These are the banks that would pay deposits next Monday, Tuesday, and may also pay funds this weekend. They are Cash App, Chime, Green Emerald Card by H&R Block, and TurboTax. They're going to have your funds for Wave 4 starting tomorrow. Also included among them are NetSpend. They may release the funds tomorrow. I had viewers last Saturday get deposits of available funds last Saturday. So this would be the Wave 4 deposits. Yes, you could actually see deposits of available funds this Saturday. Which banks do not release the funds ahead of time, but only release them on Wednesday? These are Direct Express Card by Comerica, big banks like Chase, Bank America. Those all release it on Wednesday. As you go into the weekend, which wave is happening? It's Wave 4. Wave 4 will be sent out this Friday for next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is April 7th. Wave 4 will go out this Friday. And again, some of the small banks will release the funds this weekend. And then the rest will release it on next Wednesday. This is Wave 4. Now, understand, this is emphatically important. And I love you to death, so I want you to make sure you follow this greatly. That Wave 4 will land in both the direct deposit and by mail. If you are a Direct Express consumer by Comerica, you may get it on the card or in the mail. If you're a big bank consumer like Bank America or Chase, you may get it in the deposit account or in the mail. So you need to watch the mail. Now, here is the absolutely incredible great news. You may not actually be in Wave 4. You may be in Wave 3 or 2. Why? Because there's a lot of viewers who have still outstanding mail checks from Wave 2 or 3 that are landing. And while you have gone to the IRS.GOV tool and not seen any results from your name, it may be because your check is actually in Wave 2 and 3 and the tool just doesn't work. Where are those Wave 2 checks? They are March 26, mail. Where are they? They're still late for some viewers. They're coming every single day. About a couple hundred more come every day. More came on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. More came today. So they're coming late. You may be in that group, so watch the mail. You may also be in the Wave 3 mail checks. When are they coming? They start tomorrow, April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And those could come all throughout the week. They could come today. They could be early. They could be on time, or they could be late. So watch the mail every day. It's a very, very simple message. Watch the mail. It may be in the mail, or it may be in the direct deposit account. Remember, if it comes in the mail, you do not want to miss it because it takes 4 to 6 months to replace a missing stimulus check. Meantime, big news today as first-time jobless claims for unemployment benefits grew a lot. They were 650 last week, and they grew to 719. This is higher than even the Dow was expecting. Dow was expecting 675. So they jumped from 658 to 719. If you've been with me for this entire run of this channel, I've been reporting these jobless claims every Thursday morning since April 25th. And guess what? I don't think I've ever had a day where it has stayed consistently under 600 for more than 2 weeks. So once again, the number's not it's not improving. What's important for you to understand is that when we look at jobless claims, this is what determines your stimulus. Because ultimately, whether you're the Federal Reserve or the President of the United States or Janet Yellen, they all say the same thing with me as well. There will continue to be stimulus if people are unemployed. That is the determining factor of when and where stimulus will continue. Why did the numbers go up? The biggest growth of unemployment claims were Virginia, up 30,000 in 1 week, Kentucky 15,000, yes, Mitch's state, Georgia 12,000, and California 9,000 in 1 week. Meantime, the 10-year Treasury note remains relatively calm. That is good news across the board. It is still high. It's at 9.7%. Wow, I really messed that one up. It's at 1.7%. Sorry if I scared you there. My goodness, imagine the 10-year Treasury note was 10%. 1.7%. This has caused some flight across the board, across certain markets. Michael Moran, chief economist at Dwyer Capital America, says that he believes that the Federal Reserve will have to make some modifications. You'll have to see some price depth at the equivalent equilibrium level, and you'll see some level of fiscal stimulus in place. Your equilibrium interest rates are going to be higher than they are now. Translation, the Federal Reserve is going to have to make a little bit of modification. Meantime, Apple, Google, and Microsoft made news today for several reasons. First, Google will be allowing its workers for the first time since the pandemic to return in limited capacity to work starting the month of April. And Microsoft, meantime, will deliver to the U.S. Army over 120,000 devices based upon its HoloLens augmented reality. But let's cut to the breaking news about what happened yesterday with the President of the United States and his fourth stimulus package. I'll have his video for you in 1 second, but let me explain what forced stimulus is. Forced stimulus has a lot of different words to a lot of different people. You may call it infrastructure, you may call it climate, but it's stimulus. Let's listen in a little bit to what he said about it yesterday.
Left out of these investments: Black, Latino, Asian American, Native Americans, rural, small businesses, entrepreneurs across the country. Look, today, up to 10 million homes in America and more than 400,000 schools and child care centers have pipes where they get their water from, pipes that are lead-based pipes, including pipes for drinking water. According to scientists, there is simply no safe exposure to lead for a child. Lead can slow development, cause learning behaviors.
Part of the issue that I had and others had with yesterday's announcement was the following. Time. When? The president of the message, for example, was talking about clean water, but clean water has been an issue for years, of course, in Flint, Michigan. And the proposal he proposes to do would not fix the clean water for months, if not until next year. So there's a lot of question about timing. But the purpose of the bill was to create jobs, and the question is when those jobs will go into effect. The bill provides $621 billion of transportation, $400 billion for SSI and SSDI, $300 billion for improving drinking water, $300 billion for builder retrofitting, and $580 billion for research and development. But across the board, the big question is, where is the stimulus? And that is what's important to understand. At the same time the president was making that message, Chuck Schumer was recording a video. If this sounds coincidental, it's not. The reason why is that Senate Democrats want to make very clear that when they get the bill, they're going to modify it, as a Senate Democratic can, to put in what they want in the bill. And while the president was talking about other things yesterday, he was not talking about reoccurring stimulus checks. He was not talking about student loan debt forgiveness. And all those things will be put in by the Democrats when the bill lands in the Senate. Let's listen into a new video from Chuck Schumer about what they intend to do.
So we have very good news for so many people who have student debt, a load of student debt on their shoulders. They could be young people, middle-aged, they could be parents. And the good news is this: we've made another good step forward on our progress. Senators Warren and Menendez authored an amendment that said if student debt is forgiven, you no longer have to pay taxes on it. You used to have to pay taxes on it, and that was no good.
Let me explain what he's referring to. In the third stimulus package bill, the Senate Democrats, when they got the bill, amended it for a wonderful way. Let me explain. If you have $50,000 in student loan debt that wants to be forgiven by the federal government, and is forgiven by the federal government, you still have to pay taxes on that. And if you are at, say, the 25% tax bracket, you could automatically be owed $20,000 to $30,000 in taxes immediately to the federal government. The bill, the third stimulus package bill, when it became law, said that if the federal government at a later date forgives your student loan debt, you will not have to pay taxes on the forgiveness.
I was able to add it to the American Rescue Plan we just passed, so now it's law. One student debt is forgiven, no matter how much, no taxes.
It's a big deal, especially as we try to get President Biden to forgive up to $50,000 of student debt. Imagine you finally get a cancellation of your debt and you get a tax bill from the IRS. It's worth about $2,200 for every $10,000 of debt relief.
Now, let me make something very clear. The numbers he's showing is at a lower tax bracket. If someone's in a 25% tax bracket or a 30% tax bracket, you could owe almost double that amount. So he's giving a low end of the estimate.
So you get a $30,000 relief, all of a sudden you would have gotten hit with a $6,000 tax bill from the IRS. Based upon the legislation that is now law, that the leader helped us with, we now guarantee that no student who gets relief ultimately gets a tax bill, and that's a big deal.
Right, and this is about moving forward. This is our moment of momentum. We have got one more piece in place, and now we're just ready for President Biden to sign the piece of paper to say cancel $50,000 worth of student loan debt. And when he does that, he will close the racial wealth gap.
What she is referring to is she's asking for it to be done by executive order. The president has, for nearly 5 months, say he does not have the legal authority to do it by executive order. He said he will do it by bill for $10,000, not by bill for $50,000. So again, when the fourth stimulus package lands in the Senate in the next few weeks, these legislators who you see right here, who are senators, can amend the bill to put those provisions in there. What they're talking about in this video is essentially pushing the president to do executive order, which the president has said routinely since November of last year he won't. More about that over the next few days. But what's important to understand is that $1,400 third stimulus checks will be landing today for male recipients under Wave 2 and Wave 3. Why is this? Because those wave checks are late. Wave 2 mail checks are March 26th, and Wave 3 checks are April 2nd to 5th. They're coming up tomorrow. They could be late by 5 days, they could be on time, or they could be early. So what's important to know is that you need to watch that mailbox, because even if you receive that first or second stimulus check by direct deposit, even if you have a direct express card by Comerica, even if you have always gotten things by direct deposit, your stimulus check may be coming in the mail and may be coming before Wave 4 even hits. It's all incredible great news, so long as you don't miss that check. And with that, I'll have more about that for you in a second, but join me in just about 60 seconds from now when I return for you. It's important that you know that there's a lot of money available for you. Money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now. And in this commercial break, I'm going to go over that with you from the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
statement questioning their data at all. I urge them to make sure that their data was up to date in the sense that the DSMB had written to them a rather harsh note saying they did not believe that the data that was in their press conference was the most recent updated data.
God almighty.
The only statement that we made in our release